The massive galactic frontier station floated like a shining diamond in the endless darkness of space. Ships from hundreds of different worlds arrived and departed every hour. This place was home to merchants, travelers, smugglers, and strange creatures from every corner of the galaxy. For Leo, a human explorer, it was both exciting and dangerous. Leo had been traveling through many star systems, trading supplies and looking for rare artifacts. Today he walked through a part of the station he had never visited before, the hidden market district. The lights here were dimmer, and strange sounds filled the air. Creatures with multiple eyes, long tails, or floating bodies moved past him. Every shop sold something different: alien plants, glowing crystals, and machines Leo could not even understand. As Leo continued walking, something unusual caught his eye. In the corner of the market was a small booth with bright holographic signs that flickered softly. The symbols on the signs were written in many languages, but one part was clearly translated into English. Neural experience exchange. Try new senses safely. Curious, Leo stepped closer. Behind the counter stood a young alien woman. She was unlike any being he had seen before. Her skin had a soft, pale blue and purplish color, smooth like silk. Her long silver hair flowed gently, and she had small elf-like ears that made her look even more delicate. Her large eyes sparkled with curiosity and excitement. The alien girl noticed him and smiled warmly. "Hello, human," she said in a soft voice. "Are you interested in something special today?" Leo was cautious but friendly. "I was just looking around. What exactly do you sell here?" The girl leaned forward slightly. "My name is Sira. I am from the Illara species. My people have the ability to experience the world through the senses of others. With the help of this device," she pointed to a small machine on the counter, "we can safely connect our minds for a short time. No harm will come to you. I only wish to feel what it is like to be ... human." Leo frowned a little. "You mean you want to enter my mind?" "Not enter. No," Sarah explained quickly. "It's more like sharing. I would feel your senses, your sight, hearing, touch, emotions, but only for a few moments. You will not lose control, and you can stop at any time. It's completely safe." Leo had never heard of such a thing. He had heard rumors about the Illara before. Some people said they were dangerous, that they could copy other beings and steal identities. Others said they were just misunderstood and curious. "Why do you want to experience a human's senses?" Leo asked. Sira's eyes glowed softly as she answered, "Because your kind is unique. You experience emotions so deeply. Fear, joy, anger, hope. They all happen inside you with great power. My people do not feel emotions in the same way. We learn by experiencing others, and I have never met a human willing to share." She paused and then softly begged, "Please, human, let me try you on." Leo was silent. Part of him wanted to say no and walk away. This was strange, and maybe even risky, but another part of him was curious too. What if she was telling the truth? What if he was being offered a chance to do something few humans had ever done? And Sira didn't seem dangerous. She seemed genuinely interested and respectful. "Is anyone else watching us?" Leo whispered, suddenly aware of the many eyes in the market. Sira looked around and lowered her voice. "There are those who do not approve of my work. They believe it is unnatural. But I promise you, I mean no harm." Leo hesitated one more time, then finally nodded. "All right, let's try it. But only for a few minutes." Sira's face lit up with happiness. "Thank you, human." She guided Leo to sit on a soft chair behind the booth. The small device was placed on the table between them. She carefully attached two thin wires to his temples and to her own. The machine made a soft humming sound as it powered up. "Just relax," Sira whispered. "If you feel uncomfortable, say stop, and the connection will end immediately." Leo took a deep breath. "Okay, I'm ready." Sira touched a button and the machine activated. At first, Leo felt nothing. Then, slowly, he sensed a gentle warmth in his head. It was as if a soft wind was passing through his mind. He could still control his thoughts, but he felt something else inside, another presence. It was Sarah experiencing everything through him. Syraa gasped. "Oh, it's amazing." Leo could hear her voice both through his ears and inside his mind. She was seeing the world as he did, hearing the sounds, feeling his heartbeat, and sensing his emotions. "You are nervous, but also curious," Sira whispered. "Your senses are so rich. The taste of air, the texture of your skin, the feeling of your breath. It is so much more than I imagined." Leo spoke carefully. "Are you all right?" "Yes, more than all right," she replied. "I never knew emotions could feel so alive." But then, something unexpected happened. Sira body shimmered lightly. Her soft blue-purple skin started to change color, taking a slight human-like tone. Her facial features gently shifted, almost resembling Leo's. It was not full transformation, but her body was responding instinctively to the human signals. Leo's eyes widened. What's happening? Sarah quickly deactivated the machine. Breathing heavily, the connection stopped, and she returned to her original form, though slightly shaky. I'm sorry, she said softly. Sometimes my species' natural ability reacts automatically when we connect with other beings. I did not mean to mimic you. Leo stared at her, both fascinated and concerned. You almost looked like me for a moment. It's harmless, Sira said, still catching her breath. But, we must be careful now. Before Leo could ask why, he noticed a few alien merchants whispering and pointing toward them. A small floating drone flew past, scanning them. The station's security laws were strict about neural connections between different species without permission. Within seconds, a loud alarm echoed through the market. Unauthorized neural link detected. Security approaching. Stand down immediately. Leo's heart raced. Sira's face turned pale. We have to go now, without waiting. She grabbed Leo's hand and pulled him into the narrow alley behind her booth. The chase had begun, and neither of them knew how dangerous the situation would become. End of part 1. The echo of the alarm still rang across the market as Sira pulled Leo through the narrow alleys of the Galactic Frontier Station. The smooth metal walls seemed to close in on them as they ran. The glowing signs of the shops blurred past as Sarah led him deeper into the maintenance tunnels. Where are we going? Leo asked, his breath heavy. Somewhere safe. Sarah replied quickly, her voice was calm, but Leo could feel her fear. She knew the risk was growing. The enforcers will not search the lower decks immediately. We have a small chance. As they turned another corner, Leo heard mechanical footsteps behind them. The station's security bots were fast and well equipped. They were trained to handle dangerous criminals, and now, they were chasing him, a man who had simply agreed to share a moment with an alien girl. Finally, Sira found a small hatch. She tapped a code into the control panel, and the door slid open. They both slipped inside. The door closed behind them with a soft hiss. Inside was a dark room, filled with old crates, broken machinery, and dusty equipment. It was a forgotten storage space deep within the station, far from the busy areas. Syraa leaned against the wall, catching her breath. We should be safe here for a short time. Leo sat down on one of the crates. What just happened? You said it was safe. It was safe, she said softly, lowering her head, but not legal. Leo frowned. You should have told me. Sira looked up at him, her eyes filled with guilt. I didn't mean to put you in danger. Human neural connections like ours are not allowed on the station without permission. The authorities fear my kind's abilities. They believe we could steal identities or copy important individuals. But I never wanted that. I only wanted to feel what it's like to be human. Leo sighed. He was angry, but also confused. Sira seemed so honest, so innocent. He couldn't sense any bad intentions from her. You were copying my appearance, Leo said quietly. It was not on purpose, Sira explained. When my species connects with another being, sometimes our bodies react to the new signals. My form tried to adapt to your human features, but I stopped it quickly. I would never fully copy you. That is forbidden in my culture. Leo rubbed his forehead. And now we're both criminals. Yes, Sarah whispered. If they catch us, you will be punished too. There was a long silence between them. Only the soft hum of the station's engines filled the air. Finally, Leo asked, why are you so interested in humans? There are thousands of species out here. Why us? Sira sat down across from him. Because you are different. My people study emotions, but we don't experience them like you do. Humans live with such powerful feelings. You risk your lives for love, fight wars over honor, and explore the unknown out of pure curiosity. My people don't understand it fully. We want to learn. I want to learn. Leo couldn't help but smile slightly. You're like a scientist. Sira chuckled softly. In a way, but it's more than that. When I was young, I watched recordings of humans singing, dancing, crying, laughing. I wanted to feel what you feel. That's why I built this neural device to safely share your senses. Leo looked at the small machine still in her bag. You built that yourself? Yes, she said proudly. It allows short, controlled connections. But the station's laws are strict. They fear misuse, so they ban any connections like ours. Leo's mind was spinning. What happens now? We can't hide here forever. Sira nodded. I have a plan, but it's risky. There's a smuggler who owes me a favor. His ship is docked on the outer ring of the station. If we can reach him, He can take us off the station. Leo frowned. Outer ring. That's far, security will be everywhere. I know, she replied, but I've mapped many secret paths. If we move carefully, we might avoid detection. Leo thought for a moment. He had faced danger before, but never like this. Helping Sierra meant risking everything, yet he couldn't bring himself to abandon her. She had trusted him first. All right, Leo said finally, let's do it. Sierra's eyes lit up with hope. Thank you, human. Before they left the small room, Sierra pulled out a small bracelet-like device and handed it to Leo. What's this? He asked. It's a temporary disguise generator. It will help mask your identity slightly, but it won't fool scanners. It's better than nothing. Leo placed it around his wrist. A soft light flashed, and his appearance shifted slightly. His face looked different, his clothes more like those of a local worker. It was simple but effective. With a deep breath, they opened the hatch and continued their journey through the lower decks. As they moved through the narrow tunnels, Sierra explained more about her people. The Illara had lived for centuries studying other species. They rarely left their homeworld, but Sierra was different. She wanted to explore and learn firsthand. That curiosity had brought her errand now into this trouble. They carefully avoided patrols, slipping past scanning drones and checkpoint guards. The station's deeper levels were less patrolled, filled with abandoned storage areas and forgotten machinery. It was a maze, but Sarah knew the paths well. After nearly an hour of walking, they reached a large maintenance shaft that led to the upper levels near the outer ring. Sarah checked her scanner. We're close. The smuggler's ship is docked 2 sectors away. Suddenly, a loud metallic clang echoed behind them. A security bot had detected movement. Its red eye locked onto them, and its mechanical voice spoke. Unauthorized individuals. Detected. Surrender immediately. Leo grabbed Sierra's hand. Run. The chase began again, but this time the danger was much closer. The bot followed them quickly, sending alerts to other patrols. Sirens blared and warning lights flashed. Around them they turned into another tunnel, but ahead was a locked security door. We're trapped. Leo shouted. Sierra pulled out a small hacking tool from her pouch. Hold them off. I need a minute. Leo turned to face the oncoming bot. He searched the area and grabbed a heavy metal rod lying nearby. As the bot approached, Leo swung the rod with all his strength, smashing into the bot's sensor eye. Sparks flew, and the bot staggered backward. Meanwhile, Sierra's fingers moved quickly over the hacking device. The door's locks clicked open just as more bots appeared at the far end of the tunnel. This way, she shouted. They slipped through the door and Sarah sealed it behind them. The bots pounded on the metal, but for now, they were safe. Both of them were breathing hard, but Leo managed to smile. You really know how to get into trouble. Sierra smiled back. And you're better at this than I expected. But they both knew the danger wasn't over yet. The hardest part of the escape was still ahead. End of part 2. The heavy metal door vibrated as the security bots on the other side pounded it, trying to break through. Leo and Sarah leaned against the wall, catching their breath after the close call. The tunnel ahead was dimly lit, but it offered a temporary escape from the relentless chase. We can't stop now, Sierra said, her voice steady but filled with urgency. The longer we stay here, the more bots they'll send. Leo nodded. Lead the way. Sarah activated her scanner again. The small handheld device glowed softly, showing a holographic map of the station's lower levels. She pointed towards a narrow service passage just ahead. This maintenance route is old and forgotten. It leads directly to the outer ring. If we move fast, we might avoid the main patrols. Without wasting time, they continued their journey through the tight, winding passages. Pipes hissed with steam, and the walls were covered in old wires and rusted metal panels. The station was massive, and these hidden sections felt like a forgotten world within it. As they moved, Leo couldn't help but glance at Sarah. She walked gracefully despite the danger, her pale blue and purplish skin shining faintly under the flickering lights. Her long silver hair flowed behind her like a river of moonlight, and her elf-like ears twitched slightly, listening for any nearby threats. How did you learn so much about this station? Leo asked as they walked. Sarah smiled softly. I've lived here for years. My people rarely leave our world, but I couldn't stay there. I wanted to see the galaxy, to study other beings directly. I worked as a merchant, offering safe neural experiences to curious travelers, but many fear my kind. They think we're dangerous. Leo listened carefully. You don't seem dangerous to me. She glanced at him, her eyes warm. That's because you gave me a chance. Human, most don't. Leo chuckled lightly. You keep calling me human, you can call me Leo. Sierra smiled wider. Leo, a strong name. The moment of peace was brief. Ahead, the scanner beeped a warning. 2 patrol drones were scanning the corridor they needed to pass. The only way forward was blocked. What now? Leo whispered. Syraa thought quickly, there's another way. But it's even more dangerous. She pointed to a narrow ventilation shaft above them. It was small, barely wide enough for one person to crawl through at a time. Leo sighed. Of course. With no better option, Leo boosted Sarah up into the shaft first, then pulled himself up behind her. The metal tube was tight and dark. Every movement echoed slightly, making them both nervous. They crawled carefully, trying not to make any noise. As they moved through the vent, Sarah spoke softly. Leo, may I ask you something? Sure, he whispered back. Why did you agree to help me? You could have walked away. Many would have. Leo paused for a moment before answering. I guess. I've always believed that not every rule is right. You didn't mean any harm. You were curious, not dangerous. And now that I know you better, I trust you. Sarah's voice was filled with emotion. Trust is rare between our kinds. Thank you, Leo. Suddenly, the vent shook slightly as an explosion echoed somewhere far below. The station's enforcers were increasing their efforts to find them. The risk was rising with every minute. Finally, after what felt like an endless crawl, they reached the end of the shaft. Sarah carefully opened the vent cover and peeked out. We're here, she whispered. The outer ring. They slipped out into a large docking bay. The area was much quieter than the inner market, but heavily monitored. Several small ships were docked, including a rusty freighter with faded markings. That's the smuggler's ship, Sarah said, pointing to the freighter. His name is Jorik. If he honors his debt, he'll help us escape. They moved carefully through the shadows, avoiding security cameras. As they reached the freighter's loading ramp, a tall figure appeared. Jorik, a thick-bodied alien with forearms and dark gray skin. His sharp eyes studied them as they approached Sarah. Jorik said in a deep voice, "You've found yourself in trouble, I see." "Yes," Sarah replied calmly. "I need passage off the station. You owe me, remember?" Jorik scratched his chin. "I do, but helping you now could bring trouble. The enforcers are hunting you." Leo stepped forward. "We'll pay." Jorik raised a brow. "Pay with what?" Leo pulled a small chip from his pocket. "This contains rare trade data from my last trip. You can sell it for a good price. Enough to make up for your risk." Jorik examined the chip, then smiled. "Very well, deal." He lowered the ramp, allowing them to board the ship. Inside, the freighter was old but functional. Jorik's crew prepared for a quick departure as the engines powered up. As they settled into a small cabin, Sarah turned to Leo. "We made it." Leo nodded but stayed serious. "We're not safe yet. If the station's security scans us during departure, they'll know we're on board." Sarah's face darkened. "You're right. We need one more trick." She reached into her bag and pulled out a small device. "This is a neural blending tool. It's risky, but if I link with you again, I can partially mask our combined neural signals. The scanners won't recognize us." Leo hesitated. "We've done this before, and it almost went wrong." Sarah placed her hand gently on his time. "I'll control it carefully. We have no other choice." Leo took a deep breath. "All right, let's do it." They sat facing each other as Sarah connected the device once more. The soft hum of the machine filled the air as their minds linked again. This time, the connection was smoother, more controlled. Leo felt Sarah's presence inside his mind, but it was gentle, like a soft breeze. She carefully adjusted the neural blending, their signals overlapping just enough to confuse the scanners. As the freighter approached the station's exit gate, automated scanners activated. Scanning vessel, processing passenger data. No unauthorized individuals detected. The gate opened, and the freighter slipped into open space. They had made it as the connection ended. Sarah leaned back, smiling with relief. It worked. Leo smiled too, though still feeling a bit dizzy. "I can't believe that actually worked." Sarah's eyes glistened with gratitude. "Thank you, Leo. You risked everything for me." Leo shook his head. "We risked everything for each other." Outside the window, the stars stretched endlessly ahead. They were free, but their journey was far from over. End of part 3. The freighter floated smoothly through the cold darkness of space, leaving the galactic frontier station far behind. Inside the ship, Leo and Sarah sat quietly, finally safe from the station's security forces. But both of them knew this safety might not last forever. Jorik, the smuggler who helped them escape, entered the small cabin. His forearms crossed over his chest as he spoke in a low voice. "You're lucky I honored my debt. The station's enforcers will likely search for you across nearby systems. What do you plan to do now?" Sierra looked at Leo, then back at Jorik. We need to get to neutral space. Somewhere outside the Galactic Council's control. Jorik scratched his chin. Neutral space is risky. Many pirates roam there, but it might be your best chance. Leo nodded. How long until we reach neutral space? 2 days, Jorik answered. If nothing delays us. Leo and Sierra exchanged glances. 2 days didn't sound long, but in space, anything could happen. Later, as they sat alone again, Sierra spoke softly. Leo, you've helped me so much. I never thought anyone would do this for me. Leo smiled gently. You trusted me first. I just returned that trust. Sierra lowered her gaze. Back on the station, when we connected, I felt something I had never felt before. Leo listened carefully, sensing how serious her voice had become. She continued, when I was inside your mind, I didn't only sense your emotions. I experienced your bravery, your kindness, and your desire to protect me. My people don't fully understand emotions, but in that moment I think I finally understood what it means to truly care for someone. Leo's heart beat a little faster. He had not expected her to say this, but deep inside, he had felt something too. An invisible bond had grown between them, strange yet strong. Before Leo could respond, a loud alarm blared through the ship. Warning, unknown vessel approaching. Prepare for possible conflict. Jorik's voice echoed through the speaker. We've got trouble. A patrol ship from the council just jumped into our path. Leo and Sarah rushed to the cockpit. Through the front window, they saw a sleek silver vessel blocking their path. It belonged to the Galactic Council's enforcement fleet. They must have tracked us somehow, Leo said. Jorik cursed under his breath. They're hailing us. A holographic screen appeared, showing the face of a stern alien officer with sharp features and glowing yellow eyes. This is Enforcement Commander Varric, the officer spoke firmly. You are carrying fugitives wanted for violating neural safety laws. Surrender them immediately. Jorik glanced at Leo and Sarah. I can't fight them. My ship isn't built for battle. Leo thought quickly. Can you stall them? Jorik nodded a little, but not for long. Sarah's hands trembled slightly. If they board us, they'll find us. Leo placed a calming hand on her shoulder. We need another plan. Sarah's mind raced. Then an idea formed, a risky one, but their only chance. She looked at Leo. We could merge again, not like before. Deeper, a full neural blend. If we do it correctly, our combined signals will confuse even their advanced scanners. They won't detect either of us. Leo's eyes widened. Is that even safe? Sarah's voice was serious. I don't know. It's never been done between a human and a Alara, but it's better than surrendering. Leo hesitated for a moment, thinking of the risks, but then he saw the fear and hope in Sarah's eyes. He trusted her. Let's do it. They rushed back to their cabin as Jorik continued stalling the patrol ship with fake technical problems. Sarah prepared the neural device and adjusted its settings carefully. This will feel stronger than before, she warned. We must stay calm. If either of us panics, the connection could break. Leo nodded, his heart pounding. I'm ready. They activated the device. Instantly, a powerful wave of sensations filled Leo's mind. He could feel Sarah's thoughts, her emotions, her memories all blending with his own. For a moment, it felt overwhelming, like swimming in a vast ocean of feelings and images. Sarah felt it too, but she focused hard, guiding their merged minds into balance. Together, they became something new, neither fully human nor fully alive. Their neural signals intertwined perfectly, creating a unique signature the scanners could not classify. In the cockpit, the patrol ship scanned the freighter, scanning complete. No unauthorized lifeforms detected. Commander Varric frowned but saw nothing on his monitors. You may proceed, but know that the council is watching. The patrol ship slowly moved aside, allowing Jorik's freighter to continue its journey. Inside the cabin, Sarah gently ended the connection. Both of them gasped for breath, exhausted but alive. It worked, Leo whispered. Sarah's eyes were wet with tears. We did it. Jorik's voice returned over the speaker. That was too close. We're moving into neutral space now. As the stars shifted outside, Sarah and Leo sat together silently for a while. The intense connection had left them feeling closer than ever. Their minds had touched in ways words couldn't describe. Finally, Sarah spoke softly. Leo. During the merge, I saw everything inside you. Your past, your pain, your hopes. And I want you to know, your heart is beautiful. Leo looked into her glowing eyes. I saw your world too, Sarah. Your loneliness, your dreams. You're stronger than you think. A quiet moment passed between them, filled with a warmth neither of them fully understood. But one thing was clear. Their bond was no longer just about survival. It had become something deeper, something rare. The journey into neutral space had begun. Ahead of them were new dangers, but also new possibilities. Together, they would face whatever the stars had in store. End of Part 4. The freighter glided gently into neutral space, leaving the Galactic Council's jurisdiction far behind. Here, among scattered asteroids and distant stars, rules were few and danger was plenty. But for Leo and Sarah, this was their only hope of freedom. Jorik carefully docked the ship at a hidden outpost built inside a massive asteroid. It was a secret haven, away from the reach of the Council's patrols. The station bustled quietly, filled with travelers, merchants, and outcasts from every corner of the galaxy. You'll be safe here for now, Jorik told Leo and Sarah as they prepared to leave his ship. But stay alert. Neutral space is unpredictable. Thank you for everything, Leo said sincerely. Jorik gave them a friendly nod. Just stay out of trouble. You two seemed drawn to it. As they stepped onto the asteroid outpost, Leo felt a mix of relief and caution. It was strange being free again after all the danger they had faced. Sarah, standing close by, looked equally uncertain. What happens now? She asked softly, looking around at the bustling station. Leo thought carefully. We start fresh. This place seems perfect to hide in plain sight. We can plan our next move from here. Sarah smiled warmly. Together. Leo smiled back. Yes, together. They quickly found a small room at an inn near the market. The room was simple, just 2 beds and basic furniture. But it felt like paradise after everything they had endured. As they settled in, Leo asked Sarah something that had been bothering him. Sarah, the connection we shared on the freighter, it was deeper than before. I saw your memories, your life back on your planet. Why did you leave home? Sarah sat quietly on her bed, thinking deeply before responding. My people live safe, quiet lives. We watched the galaxy from a distance, never truly participating. But I was different. I needed more than just watching. I wanted to feel alive, to learn directly from other species. My curiosity made me different, an outsider, so I left. Leo nodded slowly. You were brave. Sarah looked at him, eyes filled with emotion. Maybe foolish, but meeting you has shown me I was right to leave. Humans have taught me something important. Life isn't just observing. Life is feeling, risking, and trusting even when it scares you. Leo smiled gently. You've taught me a lot too. About trust, about courage, about how similar we all really are, despite our differences. A peaceful silence fell between them, broken only by distant noise from the market outside. They had faced danger, survived impossible odds, and grown closer than either had ever expected. Over the next few days, Leo and Sarah explored the asteroid outpost, meeting new beings from across the galaxy. They traded information, worked odd jobs, and slowly built a comfortable life. They kept a low profile, but slowly gained trust among the locals. But one evening, as Leo and Sarah walked together through a quiet part of the station, a group of rough-looking aliens blocked their path. The largest of them, a muscular creature with heavy armor, stepped forward. You two have caught our attention. Rumors say you've got rare tech, something that lets species share minds. Leo felt his heart race. Word about their neural device had spread, attracting unwanted attention. It's just rumors, Leo said calmly. We don't have anything valuable, the alien chuckled. Don't lie, hand it over. Leo glanced at Sarah, whose expression had become determined. Quietly, she whispered to him, trust me. Sarah took a step forward. We'll show you, but first, allow me a quick demonstration. The aliens hesitated, curious. Sarah carefully activated her neural device, discreetly adjusted settings, and held Leo's hand. Their minds linked gently, creating a subtle glow. Around them, the aliens watched, fascinated, but cautious. They didn't realize Sarah had skillfully connected briefly to their own minds, creating an illusion, making it appear as if Leo and Sarah had disappeared entirely. The group blinked, confused, looking around. Where did they go? One growled, forget it. Another said nervously, this place is haunted. The aliens hurried away, leaving Leo and Sarah hidden safely in plain sight. Sarah ended the connection, smiling triumphantly. Trick, they saw only what I wanted. Leo laughed quietly. You're amazing. But they both knew they couldn't stay hidden forever. The galaxy was vast, but danger would always be near. They needed a long-term plan. Late that night, sitting together, Leo finally spoke the words on his mind. We can't hide forever. Sarah, let's build something new, something meaningful. Sarah looked curious. Like what? Leo took her hand gently. A place where beings like us can learn from each other safely. A sanctuary where species can come together and understand each other's differences without fear. Sierra's eyes glowed with hope. That's beautiful. You really believe we can do that? Together, I know we can, Leo replied confidently. From that day, Leo and Sarah began planning their new dream. They worked tirelessly, gathering supporters and sharing their vision. Slowly, their ideas spread among the outcasts and travelers on the asteroid outpost. Weeks turned into months. Eventually, they found the perfect planety quiet, neutral world outside anyone's control. There, they built a small community. Beings from many species came, attracted by Leo and Sierra's vision of peace and understanding. Their sanctuary became a place of learning, trust, and hope. Beings who were once enemies now shared stories and friendships. Through their efforts, barriers between species slowly disappeared. One night, under the stars of their new home, Leo and Sarah stood quietly, watching their community thrive. The gentle sounds of laughter and conversation drifted around them. You did it, Leo. Sarah said softly. We did it, Leo corrected gently. Sarah leaned closer. When we first met, I begged you to let me experience being human. Now, I finally understand what it truly means to feel human. Leo smiled warmly, his heart full. And thanks to you, I understand something even more important. We're all connected, no matter how different we seem. They stood together, watching the stars shine brightly. They had risked everything, survived danger, and changed the lives of many. Their journey had begun with a simple request from a curious alien girl, and ended with something far greater: new bond, a shared vision, and a future full of endless possibilities. Together, they had proven that trust, curiosity, and courage could overcome even the greatest differences in the universe. Their story had only just begun. End of Part 5. Story complete.